Skies are crying, I'm watching, catching teardrops in my hands. Only silence as it's ending, like we never had a chance.
Sometimes, love hurts. We would always end up thinking if we still should stay to each other or just let go. Because we both know that we are hurting each other and the truth make us hard to bear the pain. But what hurts was the fact that we cannot leave this world.
Go on and try to tear me down.
Believe me, if the man truly loves you, he will accept you for who you have been and who you are now. Sometimes, loving means setting someone free by letting him go.
As the smoke clears, I awaken.
Hello and welcome to my first episode of Love Lines. Dear DJ Flo, you can call me Cheryl, and I would just like to ask you to please help me out in my problem. At this point in time, I know I really need an expert advice in my situation. Flo, I had a boyfriend named Andrew. We've been together for 4 years, but we end up part ways because we have to work abroad. We chat and email each other to fight our longing for each other. Flo, Andrew is undeniably sweet and thoughtful. It seemed like he was everything to me and he was everything that I wanted in a guy. I felt so lucky for having him in my life. How I wish it could be lasted, but it didn't. One day, he told me that we could only chat in the evenings. Well, I understood that because he told me that there was something wrong with their internet server, making their connections almost impossible. Although it put a limit to our chatting hours, I just tried hard to understand everything he said. Beggars can't be choosers, they say. Lately, I did know that he actually started fooling me. One night, someone called me on my cell phone. It was late at night, Flo, but having answered that call, I suddenly found myself asking, why do I wake? The girl on the other end of the line was calling me and she was asking me questions, and this was a long distance call. And in fact, she was interviewing me about how and when I met my boyfriend. She had lots of questions for me, which I found hard to understand partly because I didn't even know who's in the end of the line. But that was when she told me that she's my boyfriend's workmate and that she needed my email badly. The way she said it, I know that I cannot argue with her. So I gave her my email address. Flo, the next day, I asked my boyfriend if he knew the girl who called me. He said she was his friend. I believed him, but suddenly my world turned upside down after opening my email. I found this letter from the girl who called me. Dear Cheryl, how are you? I'm really sorry to disturb you last night. I know it's quite late. I have something to tell you, but I don't know how to begin. Still, I know I have to tell you this. I know you love Andrew so much, and I admire you because even though you're far from him, your feelings for him doesn't change. It is not easy to be part from the one you love. I knew that. But have you ever doubted his feelings for you? Okay, I'll be straightforward. Cheryl, Andrew's cheating on you. I should know about this, Cheryl. We're workmates, and he is my friend too. But I really hate guys who cheat. I know whose girlfriend her is. And you know what's really shocking? They're close to celebrating their 2nd-year anniversary. I had to call you, Cheryl. My conscience is speaking for me. I want to know more about your details because I didn't really know if you really existed or not. But I have the chance to ask to you. You're not cheating on him because you're waiting for him, right? That should be enough reason not to cheat on you. You know what he asked me? He asked me if I could think a way to break up with you without hurting you too much. I can't believe he could say something like that. I'm really sorry, but I just have to tell you this. Just don't tell Andrew that I have told you everything. God bless you and I hope you will work it all out. Lane.
Can't wake up. Looks like
Flo, just imagine my shock upon reading that email. I talked to Andrew once and I asked him if it was really true that he is having relationship to another girl. Andrew told me that it was all true, that he is having a relationship to another girl. And I was really hurt, Flo, because I've been so loyal to him. And all the while, I didn't know that he was cheating on me. I told him that we should settle this at once, but he told me that he needed time to think about it. He told me that he loved me, but he also loved the other girl. He was caught in the middle, so to speak. If he really loved me, Flo, I know he wouldn't think twice about it. But he was firm that he needed time and space. That was when I realized that he really loved the other girl. Flo, the truth is, I just can't even bear the pain, the thought of losing him. I love Andrew so much and I've been praying that in the end there would be the two of us together. And I'm still praying that he would choose me over the other girl. Flo, I am this desperate? Or is it the right time to let go of Andrew? Please help me. Thank you so much for your time and God bless you always. Sincerely yours, Cheryl. Cheryl, the only time that I realized what was the truly love about is when I have the courage to let go of someone who meant so much to me, even if it was the most difficult and painful thing I had to do. And I have always believed that if he was meant for me, he would come back and we will be together again. And if he doesn't, then I would just accept the fact that probably we didn't mean to each other. It is often difficult for a man to break up with a woman because there is no easy way to say it's over. No matter how valid or invalid reasons may be, the pain losing someone will always remind us that love gives no guarantee or permanence. More so, long-distance relationship where technology not always be enough to bridge the gap of time and distance that separates two people in love. Cheryl, Andrew loves you, but he didn't love you enough to be able to stop himself from falling to another girl. He is obviously confused and he asked for time because he wants two-way options. This may or may not turn into a happy ending, but whatever the outcome is, you should be proud because you never cheated on him. You should be thankful because you know the truth early and he didn't deny it. I know, Cheryl, that this should be just another day in life, in a relationship that we should forget and let go of. But also I know that it's not easy as it sounds. We just can't take someone we love out of our system and just move on, as if nothing's happened. Sometimes love ends when the person we shared with us stop fighting for us. It always takes two to make relationship work. If Andrew given up on you, then you just have to set him free and let him find his own happiness. It is also the opportunity for you to find your own happiness. You deserve to be happy, Cheryl, even it means having to be apart from him. Let us always remember that love doesn't stop when a relationship ends. Love only stops when we refuse to believe that when we're betrayed, there will always be someone else who would choose to be faithful to us, even in the midst of temptations. Someone who will never let time or distance take away the love that we treasure and keep in our heart.